Welcome back, everyone, to Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We got Court with us today, and if you watched us way back in the beginning, Court and I attempted to do weekly Arrow recaps.
We tried.
And
it was season 5, I think.
Yeah, and we had the never-ending loop of audio that I didn't know how to fix because I was a novice at this.
Yeah, we had some good talks.
Yeah.
But you could hear an echo, and it wasn't a good echo.
No, it was my voice on repeat, and it just would make you insane. Kind of like the ringing I have in my ear at all times.
Yeah.
But with Court here today, we're going to talk about Arrow, how it ended, what we liked, what we didn't like, a little bit of Crisis, because me and Court, big Arrow fans.
Got a lot to say.
It just hit the nick of time where COVID hit, so it finished, wrapped up, and everything.
Yeah.
Before like all the other shows,
I will say that I'm grateful that they did get to end when they did, and they got to finish, but got to finish.
Yeah. Do you want to start?
I don't know. Like, spoiler alert.
Well, it's if you haven't watched Arrow yet, I don't know what to tell you.
Don't watch this video.
It's been over for a few months now, so here you go. You're gonna listen to it all. It's gonna be spoiled.
Should we start at Crisis or should we start at the end?
I'm gonna say that just to talk about how they ended it.
Yeah.
With Crisis, and obviously they killed him, and he's in the God realm. I think that was stupid. Just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I know Court agrees with me. It's just for someone to come from where he started as like this playboy billionaire who didn't give a shit about anything to have those 5 years on Lian Yu and then, transform into the vigilante hero that he became. I didn't think it was a fitting ending. It wasn't the Tony Stark, ending that he should have got. Because honestly, I thought, and I know you thought, that he should live.
Yeah, I think not that dying is like a bad ending for superheroes, like you said, Tony Stark, like that. It was a wrap. It was good. Arrow kind of like, it was just like they copped out almost. Yeah. Like they were like, oh, like let's just do it this way, and like I just think the you go back 2 seasons and Oliver's like, all I wanted was a life of my family. And then in season 8 he's like, I accept this. Like, no, you don't though. Like, you really don't. So I think that the whole Spectre thing was a cop out.
Yeah.
And I just think he should have lived and let Barry die, and Kara could have died too.
Yeah, obviously they were going to do that because it's the frickin' CW shows. Yeah. I just think that they saw the hype with what happened with, Iron Man. But in that case, I feel like you go a different route. Like, Marvel's universe took out their biggest star, Iron Man started it all. And then DC's like with the Arrowverse, well, I guess Iron Man's gone, so we could just kill Oliver.
See, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think that Mark Guggenheim, I think that they had this plan. I think that they were going to do it. I think no matter what.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just frustrating as a fan to watch some character grow over 7-8 seasons.
Yeah.
And then to just see that development just be like, he's just like, in like episode 6, he's just like, yeah, I'm done now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm good with it. And it's just like, no, you're not, though. Like,
he's got a kid on the way, and then he had, why am I blanking out? Yeah, William. So, like, it's just weird that, he'd be, sufficient with just finishing.
And it's just not Oliver either.
No.
And like, in season 3, in episode 3, when he's with Thea on Lian.
Yeah.
Like, he says, I miss them so much. And it's like, well, then, like, fight a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's bad writing on it's not on Steven or anyone else.
No.
But just the writing.
I just wish, they could have had Spectre come in, but not, need Oliver to be the Spectre.
Yeah.
You could have gave it to, like, anyone else. You could have had Oliver, and plus, the first way he died. The second way he died, too, was awful. The first way he died, he just stayed and wanted to help push off a bunch of demons, and then you didn't get to see him fight the demons, and then you don't know when anything happened. He just arrives on a platter, back in the lair.
Yeah.
Like, that made no sense. Like, if he's gonna die, like, make it, mean something. Show, make it cool, make it, epic. Not that
And,
platter of shit.
Like, Tony Stark like snapped his fingers. Like,
yeah,
that was massive.
Epic. Yeah.
Like, and then there's other things that bother me about Crisis and the way that they supposed to be all about Oliver, or not all about Oliver, but this is his final thing, and he started this whole thing, and they just treated him like crap.
Yeah.
And then like they brought back a different Earth Oliver, just to say how miserable he had become.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, so maybe that Oliver will become the Spectre. Like, wouldn't that be smart?
That's what I thought was going to happen too. Yeah, I think
like,
that would have been the cool trick.
Yeah.
Like switch it around, like make he's spent his time, he's putting putting the work, and he hasn't nothing to show for it. He's worn down, he's miserable, and he wants to be happy. Mm-hmm. And he's now aware of this Oliver that is happy. So why not him take the mantle of Spectre, and throw everyone for a loop, and then this Oliver, our Oliver, like come in an epic way and just save everyone, and it would have been sick. Great.
I mean,
he saved the world.
It's like handed to you on a platter, and then they just say no, and it's just, and like then they did the thing with the old Flash.
Yeah.
Too, and like I guess like they didn't want repetition.
Yeah.
Like, so whatever. I get really angry when I talk about the Flash. So I just think that Arrow should have ended. He should have just been able to like live his life, go hide in the cabin, and just never answer anyone's calls from Central City.
No, just he did his time. Yeah. Maybe bring him back for some crossovers, if that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm afraid because every time there's a crossover, like something bad happens to him.
I know, every time, and it's just, it's a character that we've both like come to love.
I'm completely biased. Too.
Oh yeah, 100% biased. 100%. Like we have hats, Funkos, shirts. I don't know, everything else to come with it. Comics. He's behind court over here, like chilling. I got a whole top section of him and Funkos over there. Yeah. It's just we wanted justice for our boy.
Yeah, I just think he deserved better after all he had done. Not for nothing. Like he had this dark streak, and I like that they had the dark streak.
Yeah.
He should after all the hell he went through.
Yeah.
Then you have Barry get struck by lightning. Car's just, that's what she is. Like,
yeah.
He had gone through such a transformation, and then just, he dies.
That's my problem. Because he had the biggest character arc in, like, history of any television series. Because how do you go, like, for someone to go from, like I said, playboy billionaire to, like, trying just to survive on an island to, like, learning how to fight and survive. Yep. And then trying to, right the wrongs of his dad in the city and then becoming, like, the hero that he became. And it wasn't, like, it was gritty and stuff because he was obviously killing people. That's where we got Prometheus from because he killed his father.
Best villain.
Yeah. Best villain, hands down.
Yeah.
So, like, it was cool to see him learn on the way. And it wasn't just, like, 8 years of learning with him. It was also an extra 5 because he was on the island. So those extra years it was 13 years we were technically with this man, watching him grow and become what he was just to like fade out and die. And
and then he gets like a chair.
Yeah, he gets
the Justice League chair.
Yeah, his chair, and then he gets his suit hung up.
Oh yeah, that's great.
But he was the first one to do that. It was like I guess it was like a nod to him because like he had a spot for Barry when he first became the Flash.
It's just like I get it, and it's just like I don't think they're gonna go through with the future show.
I don't think they are either.
Or whatever. But like I mean there's another reason for that. Canaries, whatever. Don't like them. Anyway.
That chin can't have it on TV anymore.
I can't. Don't give me that. But like even like the future like. We don't, like, we know, kind of, but we don't know. Like,
and do we really want to know? Because the one they're showing, it's going back into chaos.
And then, like, the other thing that bothered me, not that it bothered me, I thought it was cool that Oliver's like, oh, I'm going to bring everyone back. But then, like, he literally brought back everyone, except for Earth One Laurel.
Yeah.
And himself. But, like, it's like, and his dad, but, like, they said he couldn't bring back people that affected his
time.
Journey,
yeah.
So, like, obviously. But I just, like, if you have that power... Can you just bring yourself back? And if you're a god like he is, can you just pop in and out? Because in my head, that's what he does.
Yeah.
I don't care. The show's over. He pops in and out all the time. He's just he's just got a portal like in the basement.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens. But I don't know.
See, but I wish they would like make some. I wish they would have made more sense with that because like a god realm is kind of like to me is a cop out.
It is a cop out.
It's just people want to see him happy. but that's not like the happy we wanted. Like, so Felicity has to leave her children and die.
Felicity,
Technically die, you
so
know.
Felicity gets to raise their kids for 20 years by herself.
Yeah.
While he sits and waits and twiddles his thumbs.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
And he's by himself, obviously. Yeah. He's just sitting in his fake, Queen Consolidated, waiting for Felicity for 20 years. That's what just doesn't make sense. It's just frustrating because that writing is just
They added the
awful.
Felicity part because if they didn't, I think people would like storm the CW building.
Oh yeah.
Like it would just be so bad. Like,
yeah.
Imagine they just ended it with Felicity walking into a portal and you don't know. Because I think that I was scared that was going to happen.
You guys realize that COVID started right after, Arrow ended?
Yeah.
In a horrible way. Maybe the fans started it.
Maybe there's a little rebellion there.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a Spectre and he's pissed.
Yeah. But Court, also, I want to talk about season 8 itself.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it for what it was because I did like the nods to each season. But some of the episodes which I know you didn't like, it's kind of like, he wasn't ready. It was showing he wasn't ready to die, and he had to overcome that, which was kind of stupid because every time he goes out, he's ready to die.
Yeah.
Like every time he go out and fight these villains, when he's trying to stop the army of Mirakuru villains, he could easily die. They're all super powered people. He
was ready to die every day, every night from 13 years, whatever, how many years.
So for him to have that trial to me was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean season 8 as a whole was not my favorite. I think some people phoned it in.
Yeah.
No names, but there were certain people that came back that I'm like, they didn't really have to come back.
Yeah.
But it was cool. The first episode was really good.
Yeah, the first episode was awesome.
The first episode was really good. And the second episode, we don't need to go see Tatsu again.
No.
To me, that, it's couldn't we figure a better way? I get it. They want to nod each season.
Yeah.
And I get they did that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But I mean, and it was cool. They brought the kids from the future, but then they don't even remember their future. So
yeah.
It's just I don't know.
Yeah, because then at the end, for the new show, they don't remember anything, but then they have these devices that can make them remember
Which doesn't
again.
make sense. If the new show actually got picked up, the timeline would be completely different.
Different, yeah.
So
makes no sense.
The pieces that don't fit drive me crazy.
Yeah, the continuity errors, with that stuff, you have to be right. Remember when Barry ran?
How mad was I? I was so mad in a season. I think it was when Laurel died.
Yeah.
Season 4, great episode by the way. But in season 4, Barry lost his speed. Was it Zoom? I don't remember.
Season 4 was Savitar.
Okay, so he lost his speed. Remember?
Yeah.
So Barry had no speed on the Flash episode the night before. No speed. Was crying and whining and I don't have any speed. Whatever. And then he shows up at the end of Arrow, and speeds away. And then you go back to Flash the next week, and he still doesn't have speed.
No, I think it was Zoom. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Because they were on season 2 when they were on season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Zoom.
It doesn't matter. But it just made me so angry because and they know, these writers know when these shows are going to air.
Yeah.
They count in for breaks and stuff. And it's just that was so sloppy.
Yeah, it was very sloppy.
So stuff like that. I mean, Arrow's famous for it. They're famous for it.
Yeah, they are.
They're famous for just not caring.
Because what they got to do is they got to realize what they need to do is look ahead at the scheduling of their shows and make sure it matches well, not
because there's a big writers board and it says, okay, this week you don't have shows because of the election. Whatever. They know. It's just that would be a lot of work to try.
Yeah.
But Barry wasn't even needed in that scene.
Nope. No, he just literally he just said I'm sorry and ran off.
Yeah.
So there was really no reason for him to actually show him he had speed back, because it literally just spoiled.
He could have walked out.
Yeah.
It would have made a difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just Arrow for you.
So going forward, Court, how many Arrowverse shows are you gonna watch?
The second that Arrow ended, after I was done crying with Felicity and Oliver, I turned them all off.
I stopped. I was like, you know what? I canceled my Hulu TV subscription. The main reason I had it was for Arrow and the CW verse shows. But I'm like, do I really want to keep up with these shows weekly? If I really want to watch them, I'm just gonna watch them on Netflix.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, I don't care about the weekly stuff anymore. I'll watch the shows when they come out on Netflix.
I mean,
because my main source of watching everything was to stay in tune with Arrow and everything happening for the crossovers.
right.
And now that Arrow's gone,
It's kind of done for me too.
yeah.
Flash, I did watch the first half of the Flash season, and you can ask him. I just,
She hated it.
I was like, what is going on right
Yeah.
now? This is just bad. And people, if you like it, I mean, that's good for you. I just couldn't. It was just bad. It was just.
My problem with we were going a little tangent, but it's okay.
Yeah,
so like my whole issue with that first half of the last season of Flash was that it was the Barry Allen pity party. And the thing is, as a viewer that he's not going to die because there's going to be another season. The only season that's ending is Arrow. Yep. So obviously you can't have the Flash if Barry Allen's not there.
Right.
It'd be one thing if Wally West was still around, if he had a speedster that was still around to be on the Flash, but there's not.
Right.
So obviously Barry's going to survive. So for them to just punch about, I'm never going to see Barry again. Oh my God, poor Barry. Barry, how do you feel? Barry, you sad? This one's sad, and this one's mad because they feel like Barry's being selfish, and this one's mad because Barry's...
It literally was like hours of pity.
Yeah, it was awful. I was getting so annoyed. And the villain, which I actually liked, Dr. Blood, I don't even know.
Blood something?
Yeah,
something.
Bloodwork, that's what it is, Bloodwork. I was like, I actually liked him, but they just took away from me because they were too busy crying about Barry, who was obviously going to live. And he never said, Barry Allen, you're going to die. He said the Flash has to die, which everyone knew, there's other Flashes, so,
you pick from. Just pick out of a hat if you want. No, but that was really the only show. I mean, I like Legends a lot.
Yeah, Legends is awesome.
If someone could just take all of Mick Rory's clips and just put them on a Twitter account.
Just a roll of just him.
Then I would just watch that.
He's so good.
He's the best part.
Yeah. Him and his daughter is hysterical. It's great.
I didn't even know he has a daughter.
Yeah.
See?
They go back in time, and he has sex with his high school sweetheart at prom because there was like a Jack the Ripper type character at his prom.
Okay.
And then when they left, there was an anomaly, and it was his daughter. And she was trolling him, but he didn't know this was. But she was trolling him for his books, his whole book series, and writing all this mean stuff. And she was the only one writing mean stuff, and he wanted to confront her.
Yeah,
and it was his daughter.
Yeah, that's funny to me. Legends I probably still could watch, but
yeah,
I'm just so done. Because I was watching Batwoman 2. I never watched Supergirl or Black Lightning, but I was watching Batwoman and it was good, but now she's leaving, so
yes.
I'm like, what?
It's a mess. The Arrowverse a mess.
I mean, that's what happens when you kill Oliver.
It's true. Because you kept him alive and everything would have been sweet and dandy.
There's your karma for you.
Well, with that being said, give us your thoughts on how Arrow ended. We're curious. We want to know if you actually liked it. If you didn't, let us know. We want to know why.
We agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. And as always, Court.
Cheers.
I'm Empty. Cheers.